Hello, my name is Kenton Chance of Eyewitness News. I'm here in Chateaubelair on the northwestern coast of St. Vincent. It is the third trip that I'm making to this town since January because I'm pursuing a story about an elderly man that is living in this building behind me. The issue is he's been living here for 8 years. He's 76 years old and he's almost blind. But notwithstanding this man cooks for himself and he lives in the most appalling conditions that one can imagine in 2021 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. All right, what is your name, sir?
My name is Cardolf MacArthur.
What, MacArthur?
Yeah, Cardolf. Cardolf, C-A-R-D-U-L-I-T-H.
And where are you from?
From Chateaubelair here, properly. Papa.
How old are you, sir?
I was 76, 77.
I spoke to you a few weeks ago when I came to report on the volcano.
Yeah, that's true.
And you were telling me that you live in the market.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little bit more information about that? How long have you been living in the market?
About more than 8 years.
More than 8 years.
Yeah.
Where were you living before you lived in the market?
I was staying by a place in Carnaby. I did staying by a fella, but after a fella then now I moved from there. And yeah, so I lived in the market there. He did tell me he wanted to stay there until and so but after he died now, he got to move because he have children and things.
So what about you? Do you have children on your own? Of your own?
They are around.
How many children do you have?
2.
And where are those children?
One married and live out Longman, the first girl, and the other one she go away quite a long time ago. I don't know what to tell you because they come home now. And me and the mother they done dispatch sewage pay.
And the last time I spoke to you, you were telling me that your sight isn't the best. Tell me a little bit more about that.
The sight is so not now. You only talking to me, but tell you the truth. To make you what we can't see your face, we only could see what the blackness I person. Of see you are whatsoever. Yeah. All over there, you only see like whiteness house, that shape.
How do you make it living in the market? How do you get your food? How do you get water and that kind of stuff?
Well, I just try and come here and get right here. Sometimes I bring a job, take me time on the bayside, come grass, and for a job. Yeah.
And what about your meals? Where do you get food from?
Well, I do try to organize myself different, but you got people that offer me. Like I got a son-in-law who was spending with the mother a long time, so he just gives me what he have sometimes. Like Sunday time and so on.
So how do you feel about your present situation?
Well, the merciful Allah, you have to make it how you could, you know. So once you're making no trouble on somebody, just give me. Sometimes I just get a little pension too. Sometimes I get a little pension from the government. So.
Is it pension or public assistance? Poor relief?
Yeah,
Poor relief. And you use this to do what? To buy food or?
Yes, you collect the little sugar. And then, you know, like so.
So are you in contact with your daughter? The one who lives in Lomans?
Well, quite a long time now. When you see people come, they want a man and things sometimes. Like most time, people is after you sometimes. They just was because sometimes just come to me. But she moved contact with this. Oh, so sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So
You say she more contact with?
But the husband is up Lomans where she live in.
So this is the fisheries complex in which Mr. MacArthur lives, and based on what the villagers said, he lives in this room. This one you're seeing down there. He lives down there. You can see soot coming out. So I am going to go into the building and see what things are like. So we have several cubicles here, and this is a general area. So we're gonna go to see where Mr. MacArthur lives. Okay, so this appears to be the area where he cooks. I see there's a pot here, a lot of shoes, coconut husk. Empty jug. This is a rim from a vehicle, and in St. Vincent we use them, as you would most Vincent will recognize this, we use it as a coal pot. So this seems to be an area which Mr. Conliff prepares his meals. But as you can see, it's very dirty. There's pieces of wood here, an empty peanut butter jar, a lot of sand. It's really close to the beach. Bottles, drink bottles, Campari, strong rum. There's not an assumption that he consumed this. So let me see. Conliff, how are you? This is the guy who came to see you yesterday. How are you?
Yeah. Just resting a while.
Oh, you were just resting a while?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday, I'm the same gentleman who spoke to you yesterday.
Yeah.
But I came back to see you again because there's some things I need to sort out. What school did you go to, Mr. MacArthur?
I went to the school behind the church.
Chateaubelair Methodist School?
George Hathaway shop. But the first school I go is to Vermont. I go Vermont school because a lady did take me to live with she when I was small. So I live Vermont school to Hopewell. Hopewell. That's the first school I know.
Hope Methodist School?
Yes, Hope in Vermont. That's the first school I go when I was a youth. Because my mother was living in Book. My lady who I live with, she lived in Bookament. So after she left Bookament, now she live Layu. So I go Layu school. So I start to read now with book, half a book. Them time they be half a. When me go in Vermont, I be slate. Slate, me in the waiting pants, them slate. Then we left Vermont and live a Layu, and then we have to write with half a book. Half a book. I can't forget that. Well, since I left Layu, come home down here and live with my mother them now. Well, I never live with my mother, I live with my father, but your mother, because my mother from down here, my father from down here too. But them dead.
Because of your vision problem, you might not be able to see it, but there's a lot of cockroach eggs in here. Do you know that?
Oh, okay.
Well, we have a lot of cockroach eggs here.
Yeah,
and on this place you have a bag. You have some cups.
Yeah, yes, everything is up there.
Up there. So do you use this stuff?
Yeah, these things I use in an officer.
But does anybody help you to clean them or anything like that?
Well, I just try to help myself in which way I show you already.
Okay, so you see, you still have some sugar in this cup.
Yeah, that's my everything.
So we have a lot of cockroach eggs in here.
We in the cups?
No, on the walls, on the walls.
Oh, all right, so...
On the walls, we also have some spider web.
Yeah.
And your bed, it's not much. It's a piece of sponge. You have a pillow. Let me close the door a little so that the sun...
Yeah.
Yes, there's a sponge here.
It's my sponge where there's a lie down on.
A pillow.
Yeah, it's my pillow where there's lie on. Yeah.
But the conditions are really, really bad, I must tell you so.
I need a little a lady would come and clean, fix me up, which you know position is already.
But how often does she come and help you clean?
Well, sometimes you know they didn't even, because she is a lady that does work. So when she sometimes she just come home late in the evening, and I don't like to worry people. So which means if he then, you know. That's it, officer.
Have you had anything to eat today?
Yes, I have. I get my little breads. And sometimes I get my little garden too and make everything justified to me, because you can't find the face of God, you know, you have to take away everything you got.
So today, what meals have you had today?
I cooked. No, I get bread. Bread.
Was that for breakfast?
Yes, I use bread. You can get still a portion of bread is still. I just enjoy those bread. They got a little sugar. And then sometimes I left it to private because people might, when I do, people may come and steal, which means. So
when you're not here, people come and steal your stuff?
No, let us see.
I see you have a cutlass here.
Yes, that's my cutlass. It's got little chip up little cook thing away from me.
You use this cutlass?
My cutlass?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. Wait, let me see. Oh yes, you see, when me just chip up little my little words and thing with me.
But you say you don't see very well, so how are you able to use it?
Man, God just give me a little sight I could thing and take a time and split up a little thing. You don't want to chop big wood and whatnot. Yeah, me like just that way. Yes, officer. So which means me not gonna know problem with things with, you know, no problems. No problem. No problem.
So would you not like to move from here?
Well, I have to move. I don't know, this place is government place.
I mean, not because it's a government place, but because it's not suitable for you.
Well, officer, if it's moved, I asked a family to me that I could stay by it. So which means, but because our family, I don't get thing to it. I have family, but sometimes I prefer to be by myself than to worry people. That's how it is. I prefer to be by myself in truth, you know, more than worry people.
But if you were to be by yourself somewhere else, like in a house?
But, yeah, like if I got a house then instead of to worry and worry people, I wait at something, me got food thing and I'll give you thing. Me got me want you. Me got radio in that day, I want you to see if you could. Me got this put on a little piece of wire. And he take you out again, please.
Yeah, I'll deal with it just now.
Yeah.
So you want to some help with setting this radio up?
Yeah.
How do you know what is the time? How do you know when it's morning?
You know, man.
Now remember you said that your eyes are not the best.
No, but he glaze, you see like how his son lady and his son go down the way. You see this little piece of wire here? Let's put it on the radio aerial for me, please. So you take out the radio out the box.
Yeah.
And
I can do that for you, that's not a problem.
So me just like to know that what time be whatsoever. Yeah. I'm so glad that you could help me that way. I put a special.
Well, I picked up a station, but I don't think this is NBC Radio.
Yeah, what's the other figure? Right, thank you.
Conliffe, your circumstances are far from ideal. It's not somewhere where you should be living.
I didn't mean that I should live here forever and ever, but I just come, seeing this place, to stay until I get somewhere to think.
But you've been here for 8 years.
Yeah.
Do you know if rats ever come in here?
No, I really mean got them those things there.
No, it's not that you might have them, but because of the condition that the place is in,
yeah,
they might come around.
Yeah. I decided to get out of government place because I don't tell my things. I go move everything from here and get out of here because he is not my zone. I can't realize to live in government place and me this is my place. So I agree that I should move from here and no government place set free and I go on by to a server. So I don't mean I come here to live in government place to comfort myself in government place. The way is not mine. So I agree that I have to move from here.
Okay.
So I don't mean that I would live here forever. Believe it or not.
But you don't cook in here, right?
No, my boy.
You cook next door?
Next door when like rain come in and I can't make the dwelling outside, I just make a little baby pot now. Make a little baby pot, but I don't mean I don't cook it.
What do you normally cook though?
Huh?
What do you cook?
Like little rice, like a little piece of yam, tanya, whatever. Like case maybe.
But how do you know when it's done now? How do you know how much water is inside, that kind of stuff?
Well, my officer, once you got common sense, you will know what you're cooking. You know what everything you do. You know what everything they occupy and everything like that. No mind you can see to the fullest, but you got sense to know that it's something you're doing and you use the sense to it. Yeah. That's it.
If you get permission to stay here in these circumstances, would that be okay for you?
Yes, yeah, and then people meet, I got good friends could visit me, but only chance I take into say, well, I resting in government place, you know, because I didn't ask nobody, I didn't consent to stay here. That's why I didn't ask. If I asked anybody consent, I could say, well, I asked my president government or president, prime minister, whatever be. I never asked nobody. I just take off my own and seen government place here and mean that I could stay here, and that's why to sort till when they're ready tell me, well boy, who give you consent? Nobody. Well, you got to move out. I say, okay, officer, I move. Then, without then I give me consent, you know, I don't decide, well, I can't stay here because I have no consent to stay. They didn't give me no consent. So, which means I have to think very wise to know that this place is not my
own. When do you go to bathe and when you want to use the bathroom?
Well, there's the sea. There's the sea. There's the sea, and it's very near.
So you bathe in the sea?
Yes.
So when you want to wash the salt off your body, where do you go?
Well, I had a bucket. You in the scum sometimes, no pipe in there almost, so you set a bucket. Then, a fella bring an idea, say, well, put a drum there, that in case rain come, water, you rinse off when you don't bathe. So, I don't got government places my home. No, I can't expect that neither.
He didn't live, but he and his brother live in the sister house up there.
Do you want to say something on camera?
Yeah, I will say that.
Okay. Okay, so can you please...
How long?
Can you please tell me your name?
My name is Collis.
And where are you from, Miss Collis?
I'm really original from Rosal, but I live in Chateaubelair. Yeah, since I was little.
Okay, so what do you know about Mr. Conliffe and his living in the thing?
Before he lived there, he would live with his brother. But then some misunderstanding, his brother put him away. And I think he was living in Carnaby. I don't know why he lived there. But he did living in an old house in the yard there. And then he had to leave. And after he leave, he went out by fish market. It's a couple years he lived there.
And have you ever gone to see where he lives there?
No, I never go.
Do you ever interact with him?
But if I have anything, I'll give him. If he come up by the road to look for bread van and he don't get bread van, I'll go in and give him bread.
How do you feel about the fact that an elderly gentleman is living in these circumstances?
I just wonder about it. I just wonder about it and ask how we making it.
Do you know if the authorities know that that he lives there?
Yeah, because I don't know. Some people came there and speak to him and tell him some other people going to take over a fish market. But I don't know what they tell him because I didn't hear from myself.
Oh.
But he has 2 children, but they never live with him.
Do you know what he did before he, in his earlier years? What kind of work he did?
He used to work on the estate.
So he was an estate worker.
Yeah.
Which estate was that? Richmond?
Yeah. And he used to walk a road and so forth. Because he was telling me, because I'm a Red Cross, right? So I went to him and asked him his name and if suffer for blow, we will come and get him. And he said it's alright.
Do you think that maybe the government should probably move him into the lowest spoon at home, that we call the poor home? I asked him and he says he thinks he's better off in Chateau because people would give him things and...
I could say he better off up there, but it's what he wants. Yeah.
What he wants?
Because he does drink rum.
And he smokes also?
Yeah.
Do you know if he's diabetic or hypertensive? Do you...
He don't sick for go doctor.
Alright, thanks a lot for talking to me.
Government give me a little poor leaf.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do work for it. And we thought before the poor leaf the money, I thought well, there I work in all in different place. I work punch. Yeah, I work punch up. Travel. I work all government road all about and they take I had to pay NIS. Now money in Providence Fund. And they say when you're 60 they will be giving you back your money. And now I 76. Look, man, me right here. If I could have find me, oh God, me it's scared. I born I born the 10th of January 1944, 44 to now. And I wish I could have find out me birth certificate card. Let me see. I want to get that before I don't give it. Unlike that. They don't know age, you know. My name is card out back here, they don't know age. Anyhow, she behind so but that is my board paper when I born it 10th of January 1944.
This gentleman here, he is a poor man and he given a little poor relief. But the poor relief one cannot help him. He need a little shelter. If you see where he living. If you see where he living and I don't know what to say, sorry for him. And I cannot help him. Only one way I could help him and it's go for him poor relief. He really needs somewhere to go. And where he living there lots of masks too. And he really need a good help. Not the poor relief one. He really, really needs.
So what do you think should be done?
Well, what should be done should give him a little house. Whether a little plywood. A little plywood house. Because you have people have good house and they give them up a house and scheme up the when the guy
But if he can't see well, then I mean, even if you give him a house.
Well, he will get somebody to take good care of him. He will get somebody to wash and cook for him.
What about that Conliffe? Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes, that's it.
He did have two houses, two old man and a young man live. The young man died. And the house they close up, they could give him.
A government house?
Yeah. When the disaster come, they did give them their house. And it two persons dead. Well, one old man get one, another one did the mother a choice forget. All like them they want because mother live in a house already. You know, he interview him already.
Do you have like sugar or pressure? Do you go to the doctor?
Too much feelings and you think me all them thing, but and you need to go to the doctor's a visit.
But the hospital is right up there.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult for him to walk.
Yeah, because he can't see. He can't see.
He could see, but he's kind of dark sighted.
Well, what he tells me, he sees the outline, but not the details.
Yeah.
Because there's several times I'm on the beach and I watch him come across and you could see he's not really seeing too well. You know?
Because sometimes I hold his hand and you can feel it.
So you wanna? Can I tell the camera on you now? Okay, so this gentleman, he's been giving me a little bit of background, but he doesn't want.
I know this guy for
He doesn't want to go on
since
camera.
I'm a little boy. You understand? He did live right next door to me. I used to help him, give him little food and stuff. You understand? I just still reach out to him. You know, but you don't know time's hard right now. And he live in the market. And right now, the weather condition at night is pretty cold. For old man like this to live in a market where there's no proper security, it's hard, it's harsh.
How long have you known him to be living in the market?
About 8 years.
8 years.
Yes.
That's what he told me initially. 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
8 years he lived
8 solid years, I'm telling you. You understand? There's couple time official come from the government and they take picture. So obviously the same day, I never know if they ask him any question or stuff like that, you know, how he does make it or whatever. As far as I know, he does collect a little pension from the
Poor relief, public assistance.
From the government, but that cannot really carry him a long way, you know. You understand? After.
Have you ever gone out there to see where he lives?
Yeah, it's a terrible condition.
It's horrible.
And not only that, there are a lot of people does faces and stuff like that out there. The smell is not healthy, and plus on the roof of the fish market, there's a lot of water settlement up there, so there's a lot of mosquito. You understand? So that's one big problem for him.
So do you think the government should put him in a house and get someone to take care of him, or maybe move him to the lowest point at home, which we call the poor home?
I think it's better to change, even knock up a plywood structure for him, you know, where people around here probably could reach out and still help him, you understand? Because there's a lot of wasteland. It doesn't take much for even they to donate the plywood and ask for the public to help. You know, people gonna reach out and help. You understand? Especially in times of need.
Okay, so that's a gentleman. He lives in the area. He knows Mr. Conliffe pretty well, but he doesn't want to be on camera. So we thank him for that information.
Yeah, but he's a good guy, you know.
Yeah,
and several times when he talk, he say he worked for years with even with tongue board, and he have never received his
the tongue board in Chateaubelair, the Chateaubelair tongue board.
Yeah, and he never really get no NIS money. So I asked him, you know, come and him just we sit down and we talk about the old days. He even remind me one time he was on a boat, the boat sink, and he helped a lady and stuff like that, you know. So he have little history to him. And not only that, he was a great bike rider. Even what the man who owned the big bikes too in town?
Sailor?
Sailors know him well. I think this guy was one of the first guy to give
sail
sail as a bicycle.
And he could read
You understand?
he could read and write.
He tell me that, you know,
Yeah,
man, just sit down and reason a lot, you know. So, you know, he have a little history to him. He's a good guy. He just needs somebody to reach out and help.
We're gonna leave now, so close back your door and secure yourself.
Okay, my boy. I shouldn't put all the boy.
No, that's understandable. You know, you have a lot of dead cockroaches out here.
Huh?
A lot of dead cockroaches.
Out there?
Uh-huh.
How come?
Do you have problems with mosquitoes here?
Problem.
Do you have problem with mosquitoes?
Great too. Yeah. But like cockroach and thing, yeah, like you don't know. But mosquitoes, they play everybody may crowd for mosquito.
When was the last time you saw a doctor, Mr. MacArthur?
The doctor. Is that doctor for malaria?
No, when last you went to see a doctor or a doctor came to see you?
No. Me doesn't need no problem. Who say, well, oh God, me feel pain, me have to go to a doctor. Me get this and me have to go to a doctor. No. You know, you got people who rush doctor and bad doctor and whatnot. Not himself that. But me mean, if me feel it hurt me, let me go see how, let me go ask doctor about a cause.
Do you know about the corona? Have you heard about coronavirus?
Me but they talk and talk.
Do you understand what it is?
Me not. Hello, you know that's solar since you could know name corona more than just a Roma. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
It's just a Roma say corona. If anybody asks you, what corona, if corona is hot your shoulder, nobody know. If it is hot your chest, nobody know. What is corona?
But you heard people talking about it though.
But I hear the Roma got it up and down, say, there's a sickness named corona. Then we got one name, first one name, we call the name, then we call the first name before corona.
Dengue?
Something so. Something so. So me say, people say, I see she got corona. People will pay a lot of money for that because you have to tell the doctor, if you see somebody got corona, you know, you have to tell the doctor, bring the proof, testify him, me got corona, you know, because you don't know get corona and you say me got tongue. And me don't know who name corona and you say you got tongue. It's a very difficult thing because the doctor have to prove to a person he got corona. A lot of people go pay for a whole set of simple that same thing there.
All right, thanks a lot, Mr. MacArthur.
Yeah, me brother, have a good time, man. Yeah.
Blessings on you.
Thank you very much, Mr. MacArthur.
Okay, my brother. Well,
So you will secure yourself, secure back your door.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where Mr. MacArthur lives. That's where he stays. This is where he cooks. And this is where the beach is relative to where he lives. It's pretty close by, as you'd appreciate. This is a fisheries center. A very beautiful beach. And he usually walks along this beach over to one of these houses, one of these buildings, and then walk along an alleyway there to the main street where he goes to and sits, and people assist him accordingly in the community. It's a very beautiful area on the west coast of St. Vincent. The town of Chateaubelair.
People can't find